Okay, welcome. Here we have Killer Instinct 1 and Killer Instinct 2 in the same cabinet. This is the Killer Instinct 2 cabinet. I went ahead and hooked up the JAMMA Plus harnesses. Those of you who aren't familiar, JAMMA Plus means the JAMMA contains the first 3 buttons, and then JAMMA Plus is any extra buttons after that. So in this case will be the quick, medium, fierce on the low attack for both sides. So that's hooked up on both games. I did not have to use any diodes. I went ahead and tried an experiment here with just the 2 boards. I did not install any diodes on the JAMMA Plus harnesses, and it is not creating any feedback, and it appears to work fine. So I can't guarantee you it'll work on other games, but for this particular setup here, I didn't have to use any diodes. Did not have to. So they're just spliced in together for the 6 buttons for both games. And again, to change games, you press both start buttons at the same time. I just press and hold player 1 start, and then press player 2 start, and it'll change the game. So. But one thing I do want to talk about is this JAMMA switcher. There's it's actually called a double JAMMA adapter is really what it's called, but it's really a 2-in-1 switcher. But the problem is, if you even want to call it a problem, I don't think it's a problem, but both games are powered up at the same time. It's not like the 6-in-1 switcher where whatever slot you have powered up is running, the other 5 are turned off. In this particular instance, both games are running at the exact same time. So you can see here, I'm going to switch. I'm going to press and hold player 1 start, and then press player 2 start. There's Killer Instinct 2. And you can see it's running. I'll press and hold player 1 start, and go back to Killer Instinct 1 by pressing player 2 start. There's Killer Instinct 1. So it's not that big a deal, except that for instance, if I were to press start here, now if I switch to Killer Instinct 2, well, sometimes depends on what position the attract mode's in, but sometimes it likes to start both games. But what I want to say is, if I go into the menu, if I want to change anything in the Killer Instinct 1 menu, I just press the menu button. Now if I switch to Killer Instinct 2, it's also in the menu. You can see there's Killer Instinct 2, and there's Killer Instinct 1. So any changes that I make in the menu on Killer Instinct 1 is going to also make changes on Killer Instinct 2. So I don't really know how to avoid that other than disconnecting one of the game boards, going into the menu, making your changes, and hooking the game board back up. That's about the only way I can see that avoiding an issue like this. But again, here's KI1 and there's KI2, and you can see I went down 3. It's on game audits. It's on game audits. So I don't know how to avoid that problem unless you unhook one of the boards. Either way, I'll go down here to exit test menu, KI1, KI2. So let's play some Killer Instinct 1, because I already have a video on Killer Instinct 2. But I already went through, made sure all the buttons work, so my JAMMA Plus harnesses and wiring are all good to go. So there's Killer Instinct 1.
Killer Instinct. Jago, fight on. Ready.
So there's a good example of why I don't play Killer Instinct really in any aspect, because I'm no good at it. I can't even beat the first person or first opponent.
Jago, fight on. Ready. Ready.
Alright guys, well there you go. Turn that off real quick. Want to show you how it's the Killer Instinct. I don't have anything really mounted, so to speak. Let me get the old light source here. The Killer Instinct 2 is mounted on the sidewall down there, and then I got the Killer Instinct 1 just laying down there. It's resting against the wood coin box. It's not a screw to the wall, it's just laying in there, resting against the coin box. And Killer Instinct 2 is, of course, screwed to the wall right there. And then you can see the Player 3 harness hooked up to it, and it goes up here to the control panel. And I just spliced in an extra MK1Y unit, low kick harness that I've got, and moved the wires around on the connector and hooked it to the KI1 board. So it's all in here. It's just temporary, but the cabinet's not going to be moved or going anywhere, so it's fine to just stay just like it is for right now. But everything's hooked up, and you saw it all working, so that's pretty much it. KI1 and KI2 in one cabinet. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.